No names, but this is going to be a bonus thing. Yeah.
Hello, folks. Once again, welcome to BLIPcast, the Boring Lives of Interesting People podcast. I said it this time.
You did.
Episode 3. I'm Daniel.
And I am Katie, Lady Laumes. Kaos with the K, Mezmiro, the 21st.
Fucking hell. You're not going to add anything to it this week?
No, it's just going to be that.
The
from now on.
21stist?
Until it changes to the 22nd.
June?
Yes.
Yes. Friend test passed. Katie, I'm sleepy. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I grabbed the wrong cola this morning. Well, it was noon.
The wrong cola?
Well, I grabbed a Zevia brand, stevia sweetened cola, and I grabbed the caffeine-free one, and I didn't have any tea or coffee or anything today.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah.
Plus your nap last night.
Which made me stay up really late, which is cool, but I don't nap. Although my nap yesterday really fucked me up. I went to bed about 4 o'clock. We were supposed to record yesterday, and then you were getting your eyes did.
Yeah.
They were like installing HD vision or something.
They were, yes. They were upgrading my eye units.
How are they?
They're good.
Do you have like real life 3D now?
The one that got installed in this eye is a little bit wonky, he said, so
I love that word. Said. It's a good word. Said.
All right.
Or wonky.
And so he was like, well, what we can do is we can special order you a contact, but they'll cost about $200 a lens. So I was
is this
like,
real right now? Do you need
this is real.
Okay. This is not your fake robot eye. This
No.
is you actually needing a single contact.
Yeah. Because it's got like a slight astigmatism to it.
Oh, that was my first pair of glasses.
Yeah.
I just had one really fucked up eye and one was normal.
Well, mine is just slightly fucked up. It's not really fucked up. Don't compare me to your shitty eye.
Fuck you, Jesus. And that's been BLIPcast. This is the last one ever. Tune in next week when I have a new, better host.
But I love you.
So your eye's not as fucked up as mine were, but you now are getting $200.
No, I'm not. I
eyeball.
was like, fuck it. I don't care. I don't care that I can't see like perfectly. It's fine.
So you're getting anything? Or just
No, just the same contacts I've had.
You should get those like dollar old lady glasses you can buy at like Walgreens.
So I can read better? Those are like short
Yeah.
range. I don't need help reading.
Yeah. You don't need like a hop on pop style book to teach you how to read?
No. Anyway, back to
Back to my nap. How did we get here? Oh yeah, we were supposed to record yesterday and then you had all that.
Yeah.
And about 4 you text me, hey, is it too late too? And most of our lighting is done through a window. So kinda.
Sorry.
It's fine. But I was laying down, I was gonna take a nap, which I never do. And I laid down, woke up about 2.5 hours later, so like 6:30. It was dark outside. I didn't know it was 6:30. I just thought it was like 4 in the morning. I thought I just fell asleep, and I was so disoriented. I didn't know what day it was, and I was just like woke up before I found my phone, which I lost at the time, somewhere in my bed, and then just was like, oh, good, it's only 6:30. I thought I slept through everything I was supposed to do tonight. And that happens pretty much every time I take a nap, that I just wake up and I don't know how long it's been.
Yeah.
But if I sleep normally, it's like, oh, it is now morning. Hello, Tuesday. How are you?
Yeah. That's why I don't nap. That's why I don't sleep in general.
Well, you're also nocturnal and a vampire, and
Any other secrets you want to like share with the world?
robot eyes. You are a vampire. You don't sleep. You have an Inspector Gadget style heart unit installed in you.
Oh,
Dun-ka-dun-ka-dun.
That's a little bit cooler than the Tony Stark sort of thing.
Yeah, he just has like a glowing thing.
Doesn't make any noise for him. Yeah. Okay.
I bet if you like mic'd it, just be going. That's what Tony Stark's heart sounds like.
That'd be so annoying.
Well, would you get used to it eventually, or would it slowly drive you to insanity?
I think it would slowly drive me to insanity.
But for Iron Man, the insanity it brings him to is that metal suit.
I guess.
Is that insanity, or is that par for the course if you have a lot of money?
That's, normal. Because they have those robot things in Japan now that, like, can shoot, what was it? Water guns or whatever? They can, like, pull the trigger on water guns and, like, shoot people.
I'm glad we're using technology for something really useful, like watering people.
You're not. Are you making this connection, or are you just making fun of it?
I don't think so.
Because they can pull the trigger on real guns, and then you can walk around in your little robot and shoot people.
I can walk around not in a robot and shoot people.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, just think about that. You have, like, this, 12-foot tall robot thing running around the streets of some really populated city, and you're like, hi, I'm going to shoot you in the face.
I'm an asshole in this scenario.
Yeah. Apparently.
But what I thought I slept through, Katie, was karaoke. I've begun doing that with some friends. I went last week for the first time, sang a song solo.
I saw that on your Facebook.
Yeah, I sang E-Pro by Beck, actually. So it was mostly rapping, but then during the chorus, I went, nah, 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 nah. It was pretty good.
That's awesome.
And then I also did a Wham song with a bunch of others. Wake Me Up For You Go Go, of course.
Oh, okay, yes.
And I wasn't really on the mic, so I was just kind of in the back dancing.
I like it.
And then last night we did Man of Constant Sorrow from Oh Brother Art Thou.
I love that song.
I didn't realize it was the same melody over and over, but then,
yeah.
it had like little jig moments, which were really fun. And there was a fucking bongo behind me, so I had to play that.
A bongo to that song.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, it was a little hard finding a way to make a cool rhythm on it that would fit with the song, because it's, banjos and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
I approve.
You ever karaoke?
I have never in my life.
That seems like something you would do. And you would sing like some K-pop song.
K-pop? Yeah, because I know Korean.
I don't know, you know Japanese. Find a J-pop song.
Yeah, they're totally the same.
Shut up. I know they're completely different, but knowing you would also probably listen to K-pop.
I do.
See?
I have a little K-pop playlist on my channel, but no, that's not... I don't really listen to it all that much anymore. I've kind of just gone back to Western music. I'm a terrible person. With Saeed.
So it's like Tupac and
Totes.
Snoop and Dre, NWA, so your Ice Cubes. Anybody current? No. All these people are like 20 plus years old. That's all shit my mom listens to. Yeah. So just rolling your lowrider with your homies, popping caps and bitches' asses, drive-bys, what, etc. So what have you been up to since? Segue.
I truly can't remember. What have I been doing? Well, on what day was that? Saturday night. I went to his show. His alone, apparently.
Yes.
The other members of the band weren't there.
They were guns for hire that night. Usually it's Ryan Garcia's The Men Upstairs featuring Ryan Garcia and Ryan Garcia on guitar, but that night it was Daniel Cordova and friends.
Yeah.
Garfield and friends. Yeah, it was a really fun show, actually. It was probably one of our better ones that we played. It was
really good.
Yeah.
I approve.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, you had a fun night that night.
That was a very interesting night. Did you see that? That one chick, had her arm around me?
Oh! No, I didn't see it, but she told me about that.
Okay, what did she say? I want to know what she said.
That was Anna, right?
I don't
Leather
remember
jacket?
her name. Yeah.
Yeah, Anna. She's a friend of mine from work.
Okay, yeah.
She left for a moment to come, and when she came back, she said that you were in her spot that she was in.
Yeah.
So either A, to try and get her spot back, or B, just to make you uncomfortable, she put her arm around you.
I think it was probably both.
Yeah. She just said that she saw you were there and decided to put her arm around you.
Okay.
She's nice. I like Anna. She's cool.
Yeah, no, she's cool. It's just okay, that's interesting.
Katie got some action. Anna watches this too, so she'll probably call me out on it in 2 days on a text or something.
That's fine. No, because I was sitting on the pool table right next to Thomas, the drummer, and I thought it was going to be an okay idea, and it wasn't. My ears hurt really bad.
Yeah, dumb idea.
So that's why I moved, and then I kind of felt bad. I kind of scrunched myself into a corner, and then she came up and she's like, "Hey!" And then, and also as I was leaving, and I don't think this guy is ever gonna watch the show. So this one guy, he was talking to me throughout the show, and after they had finished, I kind of had this worried face on because I, was trying to get your attention so I could sell the CDs since I play
It's
Merch
very
Girl.
difficult to like be social after a show.
Yeah.
'Cause people want to talk to you, and you're like being pulled 1,000 different ways, and just like, Katie, I'm sorry, I just saw the CDs. I don't care. I gotta go talk to these people. I gotta put stuff away. I'm sorry. So I could have been there to protect you from whatever this was, but
No, it wasn't anything bad. But the guy was like, just don't look so sad. And I'm like, this is my normal face. And he just kind of looked at me like, oh, okay. So then when I was leaving, he came out. I don't know if you saw him. This guy came out, and I was like crossing the street, and he's like, hey. And he kind of just gave me like this creeper face, like. And then he said something about driving. I don't know if it was like he was asking me if I needed to drive home or something, which is weird, by the way. And then I just kept walking, and I was like,
who is this guy?
I don't know. He was.
Do I know him?
I think you guys were talking to him.
Uh-oh.
He was kind of blonde, and he had a beanie on and a plaid shirt, so he kind of looked like a hipster. He went out to smoke at one point. Nope.
I guess I don't know.
I think Thomas was talking to him.
Was it the sound guy?
No.
Okay.
Although that guy was really nice. He helped me get a table.
Aw, that's nice
Yes.
of him. I will have to look through all the photos from that night and find this man and just be like, hey.
If there's...
There's probably. There's photos from every angle.
That's true, yeah.
It's kind of weird. Because, like, the people who were standing behind us took pictures, and people in front took pictures, and
I kind of like that setup, though.
yeah, I felt really bad for the people behind me that just saw my ass the whole time. So, like, you.
I was, like, on the side of the show most of the time. I was only there for one song at the back.
Oh, okay.
So,
You
you should.
Fine, let's both make a really good show out of this.
Okay, just making sure it's on.
Yeah, mine. I've been watching things. We're good. We're good.
Okay.
So Katie, this week, my dad had his surgery thingy.
Yes.
To those who are out there that don't know, I can finally actually talk about it. My dad needed a triple bypass. Turns out he needed a sextuple.
Oh my god.
Apparently, there's 7 arteries. They replaced 6. Fuck, right?
It's a really good thing they caught it.
Yeah, right? He was a ticking time bomb, and no one had any idea.
Oh
He just is like, all right, did I tell you the sandwich part?
No.
Well, a few weeks ago, he went over to 7-Eleven, and he got an egg salad sandwich from 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm.
Gross, right?
Yeah.
And this just makes me think that Futurama episode where
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Everyone I've said that to is like, oh my god, it's like Futurama. So he gets the sandwich. He has like this really bad stomach pain, and it lasts for a couple days. And he goes to the doctor. Doctor's like, it could just be gas, but we'll check it out. And they're like, oh, you have like some weird heart rhythms. Let's go ahead and put you on a treadmill and figure out what's what. So they put him on there, and his heart rate's supposed to increase to a certain level by a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
But at one point, it just kind of peaks and stays there, but he's still working harder.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, hey, we're going to run some other tests. And then they determined he needed a triple bypass, which was good that he didn't actually have a heart attack or anything, but he went ahead and had that. And when he was actually in surgery, they did 6. So many veins. But I went there the Friday after because he had it last Thursday, and he was laying in bed. And it's pretty known that I'm usually kind of squeamish to hospital things. Like when I had my own heart things, when I got hit with a big IV, I just passed out instantly. And like my mom was like looking at my dad's tubes they had in him from his surgery, and I kind of got a little lightheaded. And I mentioned that to him. And then the nurse came in and was like, all right, we're going to take some blood from your dad. You may want to look away or something because, you know, you're squeamish. So I was like looking down, and the nurse is like, we're not going to hurt him or anything. And as soon as she said that, my dad's like, ah, God damn it. Ow. And I was like, Mark, stop that. And then I was just like, dude, all right. So even in his like super sleepy, drugged up state, he still had enough wherewithal to just be like, and just give me shit. So
I love your dad.
yeah, he's supposed to come home today, I guess.
Good.
Yeah, so either I think today or tomorrow. I think my mom said today.
That's a really fast recovery.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I saw him Sunday, and he was looking really, really good. And like my mom sent a picture yesterday, and same. And today, I guess he's coming home. Cool.
That's good.
But it's gonna be interesting for him because he's gonna feel amazing because his heart's gonna be working at top efficiency.
Yeah.
He can't lift more than 10 pounds for 2 months.
That sucks.
So that means our cat can't like lay on his stomach.
Aw.
And my dad is Smokey's favorite bed.
Oh.
Poor cat.
Yeah. He's gonna feel rejected, and then he's gonna come live with me because he's my husband.
Or he'll come up here and hang out with me
That's true.
like he used to before I moved out.
That's a good point. He did quite love your room before you moved out.
It's true. Reunited.
So I finally saw Django.
Good.
I liked it.
Cool.
I don't think I liked it as much as you did, but I liked it.
I've actually seen it twice. Well, 1.5 times since.
One and a half.
No, wait. I saw it another half time. Go on, sorry.
What?
I'll explain when you're done.
Okay. I thought it was really, really good, but
But
I don't think it's his best film. I think Inglourious Basterds is his
still haven't
best.
seen that one.
That's probably why you think Django's better. So good, we should watch it. Oh my
I
god.
love that German guy in Django. Though.
Oh,
I've heard he's in
oh
Glorious.
my god, yeah, he's really good in that too.
Yeah.
But not quite as lovable since he's the bad guy.
I don't know. I thought he was pretty lovable as the horse shooting guy.
He's-
That's not a spoiler there, but
Mm,
what?
I was about to say spoiler. Associated with that really sad noise. With the German guy.
We'll have to come back to that when we're not recording.
Okay.
But the reason I say watch another halftime is because after our show, I went back to our friend's apartment and we decided that we were going to turn that movie into a drinking game. So every time they said the N-word, we had to take a drink.
Oh my god.
We got 40 minutes in and I hadn't eaten anything that night
Yeah,
and I was so drunk.
I believe it.
And I think we were eventually just like tired and like some other people came home and we just like were chatting about the show and hanging out and stuff and like didn't come back to it. But I was just, oh man, this is a bad idea. We're supposed to come back to it. Not sure when, but someone got a screener of it. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. That's terrible.
Oh, it was wine too. Yeah. I realize I have a drunken story every show we do. I'm not that much of an alcoholic. I drink fancy beers, 1 or 2 at a time. I rarely get super drunk. And when I do, it's usually kind of an accident.
So you're like a gentlemanly sort of drunk.
Pinky's out all day or day.
Pinky's out. Yeah.
All day or day. Yes.
And the little sparkling wines that I get you from Cost Plus.
Oh, that was good. That got me pretty drunk too. I'm not sure why. I mean, it wasn't.
It was like 12% for that tiny little thing.
Yeah, but I had eaten something. I started watching a show fucking like 6 years late called The Venture Brothers.
Mhm.
I thought that was pretty neat.
Proud
Like
of
after
you.
years of people, you're proud of me. Why has everyone seen this show but me?
I haven't seen all of it though. You've probably seen more episodes than I
I've
have.
seen 5.
Well, you've seen them in the right order though.
Yeah.
I watched them on Adult Swim, so they weren't in the right order. So I just kind of have the basic. There's a moth guy, and he's married to a lady with a deep voice, and they both wear wing things. And
Can you just do the entire series like this?
I haven't seen the entire series.
Why not?
Because I haven't had time. I started on X-Men Evolution again, remember? And I've gotten maybe 4 episodes in, and I'm like, nope. I'm gonna go write stuff.
Is that a cartoon of the X-Men or something?
Mhm. It was that weird one that came out, I think, after one of the first X-Men movies. So, like, Xavier is modeled exactly after Patrick Stewart. And
That's good. I like that.
No, yeah, it's awesome. But the way that they try and emulate his voice is very strange. It's just off enough that it's like...
It's someone doing like a bad impression.
But I don't know. I mean, like, it's really bad and comical, and I kind of hate that sort of thing with comics, which is stupid because I like comic characters. But it gets okay. The first episode is terrible, but it gets okay.
Most first episodes are terrible.
Yeah, which is bad because that's the part that you like.
That's supposed to like get people in. That's what makes like executives sign a show. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's the pilot.
Exactly.
And then it's sometimes you're like, how the fuck did this get me on this episode?
I mean, I'm glad it did, but like.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything since then is amazing, but the first one, you're just like, oh, really?
So how do you feel about it?
Oh, it's pretty cool. Like I've heard there's a very like complex story tied to it. Like basically runs through the entire series, but I haven't really seen that many connections yet. But it's only 5 episodes, so 5 minutes into
5
the
minutes.
Episode 1, I watched about the first segment and was like, all right, cool. I know everything that's happening here. But I've also been catching up on Bob's Burgers. Are you familiar with that show?
Bob's Burgers. I think I've heard the name before.
It's a Fox cartoon that's kind of on the same time as like Simpsons, but the people that star in it are the reason I watch it. It has John Benjamin, who used to be in Home Movies, and he does the voice of Archer. It has Kristen Shaw.
Love Home Movies.
Yeah, I talked to that guy. Brendan, you knew I talked to Brendan Small. But it has Kristen Shaw, who was in 30 Rock in like the later seasons as like Liz Lemon's assistant.
I don't think I saw that.
It also has Eugene Merman, that stand-up comic I really like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That we're gonna go see.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Fucking cool. Oh, actually, Kristen Shaw is gonna be at that show, and so is, I think, 2 other people from the show actually.
That's awesome.
And then Reggie Watts, who's not on the show, but still, that's fucking cool.
That is gonna be a good show.
Oh man, that show just is so packed with shows. That week is so packed with shows. I think it's gonna be 5.
That's a lot.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, none. Wednesday, none. Oh, Wednesday. Wednesday's Gojira and Townsend in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Then Thursday, same thing, but in Sacramento.
Right.
Then Friday's Merman and Friends. Merman and Friends. Keeps coming back to Garfield and Friends. I'm freaking out. So that show is one I really enjoy, and it's kind of obscure humor, but whatever. It's Eugene Merman being Eugene Merman as a small child.
Yeah. As a small child.
Well, he plays a boy. He plays a boy named Gene, who's John Benjamin's son.
All right.
And he at one point has like a keyboard that has farts and stuff on it, and he like samples his grandparents having sex and plays it in front of his class, that kind of thing.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty brilliant. Yeah. So, what have you been viewing media-wise stuff?
I've been viewing
or reading.
I have read a little bit of The Hobbit.
How's that been?
It's been good. They just completely changed everything in the movie, which I understand now why people don't like the Peter Jackson films. I mean, I still like it and everything. It's good as itself, but you have to take it completely away from the book because it's just so different. The characters are different. The relationships are different.
Are those 2 guys from Lord of the Rings actually gay in the books?
What? Who?
Have you heard the Kevin Smith thing where he's talking about Lord of the Rings and how it should have ended?
With
Frodo.
Sam and Frodo?
Yeah, and how they should have just made out in like the last scene.
No. I don't think Tolkien ever actually like announces any homosexual things. He was a devout Christian. Not that I'm saying there can't be like homosexual Christians, but for his time, I don't think that was really a...
Yeah.
So no, there's no...
Okay, sorry, moving on.
I mean, I haven't like read Return of the King yet, so I don't really know the extent of their relationship in the book, but I'm talking about The Hobbit, in which Sam and Frodo have not even been born yet. Is that correct grammatically? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
so wait, the beginning of the Hobbit book doesn't start with Frodo showing up for no reason?
No.
Just to be like, hey, look, we got the guy who plays Frodo for this 3 seconds.
I think he'll be at the end too, though, because like the book is supposed to end with that part going on, and then it leads into Lord of the Rings.
Are they like, we're going on another adventure? We're going on another adventure, and then they...
No, because Bilbo's old then, and done
Better?
Well, he's going on his own adventure, but that's not really... That's not spoilers, because you've all seen The Lord of the Rings.
I haven't.
So when do you have 4 hours you can kill?
That's one movie.
Yeah.
I guess next week sometime.
Okay.
During my vacations.
Okay. If you want to spend it on that.
When I'm not going to shows, I could watch Lord of the Rings.
Sounds like a good time to me.
Mm-hmm. But what's so different? Like, wait, in the book, is there still a dragon that needs gold for some reason?
Yes. No, I mean, like, it's just a thing that
I
he
know
took.
it's a thing, but I hate it. Dragons don't need currency.
You hate, like, all Norse myth, though.
No. I make fun of it, but I don't hate it. But the whole dragons needing gold thing, I think, is silly.
Yes, it is. But that's just how dragons are.
Is this your dragon call? Is this
Dragon
dragon quotes?
Dragon quotes. New show.
Katie's dragon quotes. Quote of the day. Rawr.
Every single one's
End
gonna be like
quote.
that. Yeah. So basically, Thorin is not how he is. He's not like. Shut your face.
So it's just your girl love for Thorin isn't living out to the way you want it to.
No, I like them both, but they're different. They're very different. The Thorin in the movie is like all badass and majestic and stuff, and what?
Majestic. You say that, I picture a horse on a hill with like wind blowing its mane just right. And then Fabio,
Okay.
is Fabio sitting on his back? Hot.
Well,
That's
I mean,
majesty to me.
imagine his hair. It's totally like Fabio, and if he just doesn't have like his top armor on, and he's like, just like, you can imagine him as like a dwarfish Fabio, can't you?
I think Fabio's more ripped though. I think this Thorin fellow would be kind of like more stocky and not necessarily
Maybe.
fat,
But I mean-
like round and muscular.
I don't know. I mean, I did see it 4 times, so I kind of noticed his breathing under his armor, and he looks pretty ripped.
So by the 4th time, you're like, I'm not watching the movie anymore. I'm watching nothing but body language.
Thorin's body language.
You
I
were
have
wa-
a problem.
You were watching the guy with like the big orange mustache ring. His body language, the
No.
super fat. dwarf.
No. No. I didn't. I'm sorry.
Happens. I don't understand why you're not, because he's probably the dreamiest one. He has the best hair.
He is the one that has like 12 kids or something.
Yeah, he is. Each foot of his beard represents one child.
Because that's how tall his children are.
No,
Dwarves are short.
I know, but for
yeah.
each foot of beard
I know,
he has,
I understand.
It accounts for time
But his beard wasn't that
dwarf
tall.
lady was preggers.
So like a dwarf foot? Because if he had 12 children and his beard was 12 feet long, it would be like twice his size.
Well, that's why it's tied in a loop.
it would
makes
be
sense.
more than twice his size.
Fine,
Because humans
a
are like
hobbit
6 feet
foot
tall.
Or a dwarf foot, which is I guess like that much. Yeah, it's probably dwarf foot. It's kind of the metric system. It's dwarf system, and they just have smaller units of measurements.
Right.
Yes. Jinx.
I think we may have been through everything.
Katie, we took
Oh.
pictures
We did take pictures.
last week after our show. The non-existent Kits did some magic tricks where she was making my camera levitate on its own.
Mm-hmm.
This is a really complicated way to say it. I still don't think she's real, I guess. She took pictures of us for the show and for our Facebook and that kind of thing, and I think they turned out really well.
I think so
They
too.
captured us perfectly, like the one where I'm a condor or some shit. That's pretty much us, right?
Yeah, pretty much. That's like one of my favorite pictures. It made me laugh so hard.
The pterodactyl.
I actually didn't even notice that one where I'm like eating a leaf. Your face
I'm
is
sad
so priceless.
I'm sad you're eating the leaf and I'm not. That's what it comes down to.
No, I know. The theme of that picture, by the way, was we were supposed to be dinosaurs,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, that's right.
yeah, you
Yeah.
were sad that I was eating a leaf. So it's perfect, honestly.
Well, as a vegetarian, I saw that I had to be a brontosaurus or something, some sort of
Right.
leaf-eating dinosaur,
Mhm.
and you were eating a leaf, and I was like, man, I want the fucking leaf.
Even though Kit got it off the ground,
And you put it in your mouth.
I didn't. It just really looks like I did.
You're good. I was convinced. And I was sitting next to you. Although I did put some leaf in my mouth, which we didn't actually take a picture of.
Yeah.
That leaf tasted so bad. I have a lot of
Why
moments-
did you do it? That's comparable to when I hit myself in the head with that water bottle back in high school.
That was like so many years ago.
I know. I'm comparing you to my sophomore year self.
That's
Well, no,
7
wait.
years
How
ago.
old?
Because when you were a freshman
Yeah.
there, I was a senior.
Okay, so it must have been my freshman self.
Yeah. That's worse. Sweets.
Yep.
24-year-old Daniel is equivalent to 14-year-old Katie. Oh, how I have matured, apparently. Backwards.
That's how this works. I'm stealing your maturity.
Okay. Katie, do you have anything to teach me this week?
I
Ooh, look
Okay.
at you with embracing technology, not going with paper this week. It's in your telly.
Okay, listen. I did these
listening.
on the fly.
Okay,
I
so these
forgot-
are all made up.
I forgot completely that we were doing. No, that I needed facts. And so basically I just went on fun facts on the internet, and
These
so
better
I
be
just
fun.
kind
You've
of
already built these up pretty big.
shut your face.
No.
Okay. This one is stupid, but I'm going to read it anyway.
I'm braced.
Crabs have hair on claws and other parts of the body to detect water current and vibration. I found that interesting.
I think I knew that, but yeah, that's cool. I've seen at work we had some little crabs. They would just sit in this one thing where bubbles would come out, and they just have their claws up and just like play in the.
That's
the current.
adorable. Okay, so if you cut all the skin off of a human and put it on a scale, it would weigh about 6 pounds.
So if I want to lose that 6 pounds I've been trying to get rid
Yeah,
of,
just cut
I
your
just
skin
gotta
off.
cut all my skin off.
Yeah.
That reminds me, I started watching the movie Dredd last night.
Dread.
Like the Judge Dredd sort of sequel that came out last year, I think.
Nope.
No? Do you
Nope.
know Judge Dredd at all?
No.
It's a movie that came out in the 90s based on some old comic book that starred Sylvester Stallone.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, that one was pretty bad. I don't remember a lot of it. I just remember Sylvester Stallone being Sylvester Stallone. So he just, I'm a judge. I am the law. And he's wearing this like kind of cool mask, and there's robots and a lot of blood and stuff. But this one, it's kind of sort of a sequel. And the like first thing that kind of gets everything going is like everyone's doing this drug called slow-mo, where when they take it, everything slows down.
Okay.
And like when it started happening, I was like, man, there's a lot of slow motion in this movie. And then the person I was watching was like, yeah, the drug's called slow-mo. It kind of works for it. It wound up working, but the first people to like get killed in there, they're like, what do we do? I'm like, I don't know, skin him and throw him over the edge. So it's like, it shows us like this calm like patio or like big kind of open setting where there's people walking around with strollers and shit, and then just like a body
Ew,
drops.
That's disgusting.
And then 2, 3. And it was just like, all right, cool. So those guys lost 6 pounds, and then they dropped for a while. Is how I bring that back.
That's lovely.
Was not as terrible as I thought it would be. Well, I got about half hour into it and gonna finish it later on today, I think.
All right.
Should be cool. Maybe.
Okay.
Who knows? It got better reviews than I thought it would. And it seemed better than I thought it would be. So those are fun facts for the week?
No, I have
Oh.
like tons. Okay.
All right.
Octopi have no blind spots
What?
because their eyes are like on the side of their heads.
But what about like right in between their eyes, right here?
I don't know.
On top of their head?
They're fucking awesome.
Underneath?
Octopi are awesome. Maybe they have like just
How do they find that
360
out? Do
eyes.
they ask octopi
Yes.
and then they're just like, I see everything?
I think it's probably like they have something that and they track their vision.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe octopi are like telepaths or
All right, so I
something.
think the problem with these is I have follow-up questions for your
No,
facts. And
that's what they're supposed to be for.
and then we just debate them based on nothing.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
That's us. Come
Yeah,
on.
sure.
Okay, so apparently there is a rich person school in Switzerland in Roll. I'm just gonna pronounce that Frenchly because I don't really know Switzerland
Roll.
language. Roll.
How do you spell that?
R-O-L-L-E. R-O-L-L-E. But it's called Institut
Roll.
Le Rosy. And it's like really fancy and expensive, and they have like this ski resort thing that they go to in the winter. It's like a boarding school for rich people. And I thought it was pretty cool. And oh my god, okay, so I saw this picture of it, and I had this dream a really long time ago that it completely reminded me of, and I got deja vu, and I like freaked out a lot. Because I've never been there, because I'm not rich.
You're rich. Come on. Look how you dress. This is fancy.
Getting it at Marshall's.
I don't know where you go. You could have said, like, I got this at Nordstrom's
I am a
exclusive gold club store.
I only buy on clearance at Nordstrom's, and even then, that's like really expensive.
See? You're rich.
Anyway, and I guess the last one would be that swans divorce if their mate doesn't make offspring with them.
Edit point. So those are our fun facts?
Yes? You
Cool.
have nothing to say about swans.
Well, I was confused that swans get married.
Well, they like mate for life, and if they don't make offspring, then they divorce.
Well, if they mate for life? So wait, if they mate the first time, it's like, girl,
Girl, you ain't giving me good eggs.
damn it, eggs, them poops. And she's like, you gave me bad goose sperm or whatever, swan sperm. What is it?
Swan.
Swan sperm. And they just like fight because they're fucking mean. They're just like, And then they have to go through divorce hearings and like they split all half their nests and all that kind of stuff. So I find that very fascinating. That's a fun fact. I like that one a lot. Way to end on that one. All right, so my recommendation for the week, of course, is some sort of music thing. The fuck else am I going to talk about? It is by a band called No Spill Blood. This is their EP, Street Meat. No Spill Blood is some guy from a band called Elk, or Elks, I forget. Another guy who plays keyboard and something else. And then the guitarist from the band that does our theme song, Adabisi Shank, plays drums in it. And it's this kind of really cool, like, fuzzy punk metal thing with electronics to it. Do you know who?
That sounds pretty cool.
Do you know who Death from Above 1979 is?
Nope.
They are they're this duo of like these two hipsters that play like this kind of dance punk stuff, but it's just a bass player and a drummer.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, they're fucking awesome. It's like them plus Mastodon maybe, but with like some keyboard stuff to it, and it's really cool.
I
And
like that.
I did a write-up for it for Metal Insider. I'm not sure if they're going to put it up or not, but if not, I'll put it somewhere because these guys are really fucking cool. So, yes, No Spill Blood, Street Meat via Sargent House Records.
You can put it on your Weebly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good. So, Katie, is that the show?
I believe so.
Okay. What can people do for the show? What can they like do for us? Can they?
You can make us blip signs that are far superior to that, even though he completely was a dick last time when I said I needed to redo it. And he's like, yeah.
Am I not supposed to agree with you? I thought it'd be more supportive than if I'm just like, no, Katie, don't do that. But if you're like, I need to redo that, I'm like, maybe, if that's how you're feeling, maybe you should go ahead with those feelings, okay?
Okay, Dr. Phil.
For Dr. Drew.
Or Dr. Drew.
Thank you.
You can be Dr. Drew if you want to. I don't know which one of those I like better. They're both kind of assholes.
Yeah, well,
I used to like Dr. Drew, but then he kind of did the whole celebrity rehab thing.
Yeah,
and
started exploiting his shit. He was on Metalocalypse this last season, so he's redeemed in my heart.
All right.
him and Werner Herzog were in the same episode together, written by Brian Posehn. That blows my mind.
That's pretty awesome. Okay.
And I guess he's just on that show all the time now, which is fucking weird and cool at the same time.
What else can you do? You can share this with all of your friends.
Please tell your friends about it. Tell your friends that we're like your friends, and it's like you're able to hang out and talk with us.
And we'll all be friends, and we'll all hug Lash.
Mm-hmm.
And
Call back.
It will be good times.
So you can follow us on the Twitters at BLIPcast. I'm at Ovicord.
And I'm at Lady Laumes.
We're also on Facebook under BLIPcast. BLIPcast@gmail.com if you want to email us anything, any questions, any comments, any complaints that we're just going to ignore. You could probably rate us on iTunes.
You can write us really detailed, like, hate mail, too. That'd be really cool. I've always wanted to read one of those.
I kind of want some really unconstructive criticism. Unconstructive? Deconstructive?
Or just...
non-constructive.
Non-constructive,
non-constructive criticism aimed at our looks and or our voices or something like that. Yeah, because that's what the internet is for. It's just for facelessly judging others. And I've always wanted to be facelessly judged.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what this is all about. This isn't just milking our own egos like it appears to me.
Yeah, clearly.
Instead, it's just wanting to be criticized. All right, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Tune in. Log on. Download next week. The Boring Lives of Interesting People. How do we end this?
Bye.
Bye. This is already a good show. You're just sitting there texting the whole time.
I'm...
What are you doing?
I was looking at text from my mother. Mother. I can't speak.
Text from my mother. It's not like text from last night, but not as exciting. I don't know what your mom does.
Unless you live in, like, Alabama or something.
Ayo. We live in California, though. That's less frowned upon, I guess.
Less frowned upon?
Less. Not completely, because... I've known some cousin lovers around here.
It's true.
Not my cousins, but I know ones who have loved their own.
Oh. No, what was it knowingly?
No, but later they found out.
Okay, yeah.